puzzle kind of game where the four people in third person help each other like over obstacles and stuff. I never knew it was like a first person shooter, but it's really good. So it's like I've kind of like learned to be okay with the zombie thing again because now we've gotten like a resurgence of good zombie games.
Yeah,
So
I,
The kicker is that the zombie trend is dying down in movies and TV. Even the Walking Dead show has finally announced they're having their final season.
really, I was wondering that whatever's gonna happen. Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah.
it's probably still a very good show, but I still have not yet watched a
Nope.
moment of it. Yeah, no,
Nope.
no, not since
we
the
can't
seventh season
say
or
it's
something
good.
like that.
Nope. Wow, what
first
season are they
season-
on?
The last one's either the 10th or 11th. I don't remember which.
Okay.
The
But
first
yeah,
season I really
go ahead.
loved. The second season I liked, but a lot of people hated. Third season I got lost, and that's where the crowd joined.
I asked this a million times. Which is the one where they're in a barn or prison or something? I know it's probably two different seasons, but either way.
Yeah, that's two seasons. I think.
Okay, that's what I thought,
I
that's
never
what I
watched the
thought.
series, by the way. I just know enough about it.
I just know that there was one where everyone warned me against it. They were like pretty quick when the show starts, like within the first few seasons. There's one that takes place at one of those two locations that everyone seemed to hate. They said the
think
whole season was super
barn.
slow. I was gonna say I think the barn actually. Yeah.
I liked the barn, but the barn was
wasn't
the barn
wasn't season
was
2 the
slow
barn and
going.
season 4 the prison?
Seasons 3 and 4 were both prison.
Ah,
Mm.
And like season 5 was just them wandering around, and then season 6 to now are them like sitting in a neighborhood that's been walled off.
Which is
Does-
the
is Jesus dead?
Yes, Jesus died like the very season they introduced him, which is a fucking
Oh.
travesty because he's one of the only good characters from the later
Yeah,
seasons.
he was the only good character. So
Is the
Mike,
guy- is- yeah, go ahead, I heard my name.
Mike, there's a character in The Walking Dead. That's this hobo who dropkick zombies, and he calls himself Jesus.
That actually answers my question. I was gonna say, is it Jesus or is it Jesus? But yeah, if he calls himself Jesus, that's pretty funny.
Other people call him Jesus because he looks like the spitting image of Jesus.
Oh, okay. Now
And
would
yeah,
that
he's like,
make
no,
him
go
then?
ahead.
Would that make him white skinned or dark skinned?
Well, the real life Jesus would have been dark skinned, but the character in the show is white. So,
Ah,
yeah, it
okay.
depends on your-
The character
Damn
from the show.
Caucasian whitewashing.
The character from the show resembles freaking Cesare Borgia.
I have no idea who that is, unfortunately.
The son of Pope Alexander VI, I wanna say, who.
Oh,
The
Who-
evil
who-
Pope.
Yeah, the evil Pope, who had a lot of like depictions of Jesus look like him. Like he
Oh,
commissioned
I'm not familiar with that. Oh wow, that's funny.
he commissioned painters to paint Jesus in his image.
Wow, what an asshole.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I was not
Renaissance
aware of that.
politics, man.
Yeah. Huh. Oh man. Well, I'm now looking at the page here where we've got play campaign and achievements and everything else. So I'm not sure if
shift tab.
everyone's. Oh, should I shift tab? Did you say?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I sent you
shift
an
tab.
invite a while ago.
Oh, I accepted it, which is what actually got me into here. But then I guess like it expired, or at least I believe. I don't know. Steam is still a strange beast to me.
Yeah.
Um,
Should I send over the droid thing real fast?
Can I just plug it in real fast?
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, more
Yeah.
or less.
Sure, if you want to. Yeah, why not?
All right, give me a sec. I'll open up the workshop and then send the link over.
Well, he won't be able to plug it in when he's in a lobby.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he'll have to leave the lobby, but he can come back in.
Well, what we
Very-
could do,
very
I've not
easily.
started recording, is that we could all fuck off, download a bunch of mods, and come back.
I mean, I do already have a bunch of mods, but sure.
I like the idea, and you guys can do it if you so choose, but I won't, only because I know that if I start looking at mods, I'm going to be overwhelmed, and it's going to take me forever to go through a bunch of different ones.
Thankfully,
Yeah,
thankfully
mod
Steam
overload.
Workshop's got a lot of ways to just filter it down to the best. I'm gonna go ahead and quit out. Let's all do it just to fuck around.
All
Are we still
right.
talking Discord while we do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I should hope so.
All right.
All right.
Okay, so Mike, whenever
So-
you've clicked onto a game and you're on the game's page in your library, underneath the play button there'll be store page, community hub, point shop, that whole thing, right?
Well, first of all, before we even do that, is there a quick, easy way just to close the game? Well, I guess probably close window. Let's see.
You don't
Okay,
need
the
to- you
game's
don't need to
closed.
close the game.
Oh,
Okay,
oops, too
whatever.
late.
Close the
Alright.
game.
So
There's
There's the-
me and Mike both closed it, so fuck
Yeah,
it.
you don't need to close the. All right, whatever.
there's the droids, and here's the voice for them. Because
Um,
those are two separate things.
as you guys are going through your thing here, I'm looking at what I think maybe King of Fighters figures or characters. I'm not sure, because I'm not seeing my
That's the
girl
guy.
Vanessa. So, okay, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, W, what were you saying? Where do I go now to look for the mods?
Alright,
Go to my
now,
library for one thing.
yeah, your library, then you click on the game, and you'll see the big banner logo at the top, right?
Okay, let's see. View library. Taking a second here. All right, Dead by Daylight. Let's see. Really quickly, briefly. I want to make sure I understand. Pink, you said you did get this game and install it, correct?
On Xbox, so it won't appear in the Steam library on my end.
Okay. Do you play it often? Because I'm on it at least every couple of days, and every now and then I see that you're listed as being online but not in the game. And I play it tons, all the time. So like, if there's ever a time that you're online, I would love to play it with you.
All right, sounds good. I have actually
Yeah, we
not.
really gotta.
I've not fired up my Xbox in a little while because I'm in the process of moving, and I've actually lost one of my
Oh.
HDMI cords.
Oh,
So
okay. Well, don't stress about it then. I just figured you were online all the time, and I thought, well, if I'm online all the time, hell, let's play. But no,
Oh, yeah.
you've got stuff going on. I understand.
oh, not a problem. If there's ever a time where I do have free time, I would absolutely love to play that game because it's been quite a while, and I enjoyed what little I played of it back when I played with Addy and Alex. So it's definitely something I'd look
Oh
forward
yeah,
to
I
doing
would
again.
love. Yeah. You guys have no idea. All four of you. I'm sorry, three of you. I would love to play this game with every single one of you because I adore the fuck out of this game. I've got, as I just said, like 320 hours into it, and W
Yeah,
just
we
only
just.
bought it for me like 3 months ago. So I mean, I've thrown myself into the game and I love it.
I mean, the
And
reason we haven't played it yet is because for me to actually have my copy, I need to pay for PS Plus.
oh, that's right. See, that's right. It's weird that when you play games on the PC, there's no intermediary. There's no subscription that you need
Well,
to
no,
pay.
no,
It's
no,
just
not
free.
just that, not just that. Like it's not just the actual multiplayer. I don't own the now, I own the game, but only through PS Plus.
Okay.
So technically, yes, I own the game. At the same time, I only have access to it whenever I have PS Plus.
Oh, weird. Okay, yeah, I don't know how that all works. Huh. What? Complicates things needlessly.
Yeah. At least they actually all updated the PlayStation Store. So if I really wanted to and had the money, I can at least buy the games that I got through PS Plus now. And we weren't able to do that before.
I wonder if I could play with any of you guys on my Switch, on my Lite, because I love the game enough that I then went and bought it a second time. I mean, well, my first time, because W bought me the first copy very generously. I went and got the copy for the Switch, and it's essentially the exact same thing on the Switch. There's like very few concessions to make it work really well on the Switch and feel like the same game. So I played on that a lot. Not nearly as much, and I'm just wondering if because that's a console, I wonder if that would be easier to play with you guys on your consoles. I don't know.
I don't know.
Who knows?
No,
Yeah,
not
yeah. All
something
right,
I've tried before.
this the
So hey, y'all, do you want Goofy to be your smoker?
Goofy?
Yeah, he's
Gosh.
mine.
Gorsh.
Garsh. Yeah.
Yeah,
I am on the workshop, and I'm looking at there's all kinds of big-titted anime chicks and everything.
I
Okay,
noticed that as
Yeah,
well.
spots.
It's like you click most
s-
popular and it's all anime, and it's like wow. And then it's all in
Yeah, it
Japanese too,
reminds
and
me
I'm
of
like,
the-
oh wow, I can't read that, so I don't even know what it is.
that's not Japanese.
I've got a
Pink,
good
that's
idea of what it
Chinese.
is, but
That's not Japanese Pink. That's Chinese.
you're not wrong. I'm actually
it's-
kind of
it's-
racist. I just saw
Eh,
anime and put two and
mean,
two together.
Honestly, I think it's
I mean,
probably a mix of both.
Here's the thing. Japanese uses the Chinese writing system, so you can confuse the two. At the same time, Japanese also uses the kana system, which is their own, and it's pretty much the only way you can tell whether a text is Japanese or Chinese.
uh,
So like unless y'all know some of the symbols, you wouldn't be able to tell them apart.
Yeah,
I see.
I
Yeah,
can
I know
tell
the
because
symbol on Akuma's back. Is that Japanese or is it Chinese?
Japanese.
All
Oh,
right.
is it really?
Yeah, the ten is a kanji, which came like all kanji came from Chinese. So
Oh, okay. So I know that the cover of I'd have to look at it again and compare, and I'm probably incorrect, but my memory is that some of the lettering on the back of his back reminds me of the lettering on the cover of Akira, and that is Japanese. But again, if I compare them side by side, they probably look nothing
Well,
alike.
it is Japanese because the way you read it out and the way it makes sense for Akuma is in Japanese, but the Chinese
Uh,
also use that letter.
okay, yeah, that makes sense.
They may even
Um,
use it for the same reason or for the same translation. I don't know. Sometimes that happens, but sometimes it doesn't.
I always like to pimp this. I know two phrases in Japanese that are both equally useless. Can you guys remember what they may happen to be?
Oh, I remember you told this, but I don't remember the phrases.
One of them is "antiloco brekita." Can you remember what that is?
Anti-lock brakes.
Yes.
Yeah, because good old
Yes.
Japanese.
Yes, yes. The character of Tetsuo in Akira, he's getting on a bike that he really likes that his buddy Kaneda has, and he's just talking about all the special features, like computer controlled anti-lock brakes, and all that stands out to me when I hear the Japanese is "antiloco brekita," and it's like, oh, it's anti-lock brakes. And then there's another scene later on in the movie where where Tetsuo is being experimented on by the scientists, because that's the main theme of the film actually, is he inherits this power in science. The scientists are trying to control it and whatever. And two people have a conversation where one of them says, "Amochi karani wa freight wa nando komishirenda," and then the other character says, "Kani no chikara desu ko," which is, maybe we shouldn't touch that kind of power. You mean it's divine? So yeah, just
Your pronunciation is pretty
don't
good,
ask
dude.
me what. Oh, thank you, thank you. It's just from having watched those. I've watched Akira many times. I very
Yeah.
much enjoy that movie.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you want, I know somewhat useful things like ice kohi kudasai, which is just iced coffee, please.
Ah, that's good. See, at least yours has a use. Yours has a purpose. When am
I
I ever
don't
going
know.
to go
I
to
don't drink
Japan?
coffee, so
No, that's good, because if you go to a coffee shop and you want a coffee, that's going to make perfect sense. When am I ever going to be in Japan and need to talk about it?
That's a good point.
If my car goes bad, I guess.
no, when your freaking granny bike, which that's the actual name of that type of bike, by the way. When your granny bike gets stolen, you can go, oh, they anti-lock the brakes.
I can point down. Yeah. And they're like, oh, I see.
But yeah, like it's not on purpose, but I have been speaking more Japanese in the recent videos for some reason, like when editing the videos, I find it very funny when freaking W and Pink get really confused when I'm nearly dead, running around, trying not to get shot in a game, and I just start saying "Tasukete kure," which has helped me.
I have never noticed you doing that.
Ah, that's funny.
I've done it twice, so you didn't have many times to notice it. Usually the Japanese that I blurred out is just like reactionary stuff like "itai ne," and that just means that hurt.
That that hurt. Japanese is a very beautiful language. I wish I learned it. I wish I knew how to speak it.
I mean, I've been learning Japanese on and off for 5 years.
Really?
I've given up, but like on doing it fast. I'm just trying to learn it like I did with English, which is very slowly over time as I listen to like audio and shit like that. I just pick up on turns of phrase and then look them up and shit like that. And
Makes
I mean,
sense.
I've picked up enough to be able to write some probably grammarly broken sentences, but you know,
Hurt this is.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
at least.
it helps that Japanese is very context sensitive, like the freaking like Conquer's Bad Fur Day, and like for example, in Japanese, to actually properly speak Japanese, there are words for like me and you and shit like that. They don't use those. We don't need them. You like sometimes you say that in like fiction to make things like more easily understood, or like in songs and shit like that. But in normal conversation, you don't say that. If you want to refer to someone, you say their name. There's these little nuances that you pick up on, but then
Yeah.
again, I'm also following like a group of people. One of which is a guy who moved to Japan like 9 years ago, and then all of his Japanese friends separately as well, and they do Japanese language tutorials sometimes and shit like that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Learning second languages is hard.
Yes, it is.
I mean,
It is.
This is my fourth language.
That's impressive.
Well, yeah. Well, that what I hear is that once you get the second language, like you're over the beginning, and you can just learn a shitload from there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, cause I still had enough problems with German that freaking I fucking hated it, and after I took the German test that says that I know how to speak German, I deleted all of the German knowledge I had, so I actually don't know how to speak German.
It's not,
Speaking from experience, trying to learn a language you don't want to learn, you won't make much progress. Because I was in the same territory with German. I did not want to learn German.
Yeah,
I just took a class on it for the fucking grades.
same here
to
with
take
Spanish.
I had to take German because the homeroom teacher was German specialized. But then, I out of my own freaking thing, I chose to take the test, the like freaking maturity test on it, just because I liked the homeroom teacher that much, because she was very nice. And I was
Hey,
the
now
only.
I learned Spanish to get with hot chicks.
I was the only one. I was the only one that year who took the maturity test in German, by the way.
Oh,
So
man,
you-
I still try to learn Spanish these days, but not actually having anyone to talk to in Spanish like makes it way harder.
That's another thing is that I would like to learn Spanish because I always feel paranoid whenever I'm walking through an area and there's Spanish people talking Spanish around me and like chuckling. I wanna secretly covertly know what they're saying.
Yeah.
And I mean, right? You know, like if you're walking around and somebody's speaking a foreign language, you just know they're talking about you.
Mike, just whenever someone looks
Because
at you
that's
funny,
how much I matter.
Mike, whenever someone looks at you funny and they're speaking Spanish, you just walk up to them, look them in the eye, and say "pinche cabrón," and everything will be solved.
What kind of horrible thing is that comment? What does that mean?
Pinche cabrón means lousy dumbass.
Pendejo.
Yeah, pendejo. Yeah. I mean, if you want to do a mix-up on their ass, then you can also just start speaking Italian and say call them Fuglio di puttana.
Oh, that was that was a good one. That flowed right off your tongue. Fuglio di puttana.
Yeah, that means son of a bitch.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I need to brush up on my foreign language curses. That's a good habit to have. Good ability.
Another like if you're ever in an Italian neighborhood and want to get shanked, just say cazzo.
Because I always do. So
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
there's no reason not to.
I mean, like cazzo doesn't even
Gentlemen,
mean.
we need to be stabbed quickly.
I mean, cazzo isn't even that bad. It's like well, okay, in context of it being translated into English, it's not that bad. But I don't know the context surrounding it in like Italian, but it just means fuck. Or like,
Okay.
it's a very bad word for the dick, really.
Oh, okay. I got you.
What I was about to say was like some of those things just change like cultural context as well, because like in
Yeah,
England
that's
or
what I'm
Australia,
saying.
it's nothing to in England or Australia, it's nothing to say cunt, but over here, it's very very serious.
Yeah, they talked about that actually
Yeah.
specifically in the American Beauty commentary. There's a scene where the then maybe 17-year-old Minu Suvari is her character is being taunted by a couple of high school classmates, and she responds by saying "cunt," and she says that that got like a huge reaction out of the theater. But she said, yeah, over in England, people they chuckled. It was not a big deal at all.
Yeah. Oh hey, do any of you want the Charger to be the Rock?
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, that'd be kind of
Alright.
cool.
I think I have
me
it
a
set
sec,
as
I'll
John
send
Cena
you
right now,
over.
though. I'll have to switch it up.
They have to fight over it. There
I'm
you go,
looking
there-
at textures
you
and
go.
models, but okay. Like I heard the. Let me see.
Oh, have you set it to most popular over all time?
Oh, let me look. Probably whatever the default is. Probably.
You've
Yes,
set
yes,
it most
yes.
Okay, yeah, you gotta set it to most popular over all time instead of 1 week, because 1 week it doesn't take long to get into the anime girls when you're going by those.
That makes perfect sense. Yes,
Yeah,
that's
I
very
forgot.
Skyrim.
I went into the UI section. I forgot to set it to all time, and like at the bottom of the thing there was just blatantly like a picture from porn.
I saw that in Discord. There's the image of the rock. Like, is that the actual file? And if so, how do I then install it? It's it's a link. It's a link to the file. I gotcha.
It's a link, but I don't know how you open it in the Steam client because I don't use Steam.
I'm
Yeah,
finding it out right now.
W will have to help you with that one.
Pretty well
Content posted in this community may contain strong violence or gore. All
Hey,
right.
Goku has freaking Nicholas Joaquin Phoenix.
Really?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Wait,
What,
Goku's uploaded a mod for Left 4 Dead?
Oh, he
No.
uploaded it? Oh, okay.
No. It shows me his favorites, and he has Francis
Oh.
as Spider-Man.
That's pretty awesome, though.
Nicholas Joaquin Phoenix. Alistair's Larry the Cucumber from VeggieTales.
Little something for everybody in this game. Now I have to subscribe to apply it, right? That's so
Yes.
bizarre. I'm
So you have to
subscribing to a file.
Yeah, you
It's
subscribe
called-
and then
It's called subscribe because it continually updates the mod as the mod maker releases updates.
Oh,
right?
okay, that's very handy. Okay. You know, I used to really hate Steam quite a bit, but that was because at that time Steam was just the intermediary between like preventing me from being able to play Grand Theft Auto without like a bunch of bullshit. Now I understand that Steam is like a very convenient delivery system of a lot of really cool games and a lot of convenient features. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I
should I
try
subscribed
the
and let's see. I think I said subscribed and it was like, okay, you want to do that? And I'm like, yeah, and it went through a little okay, we're doing our thing, and
okay, then it should be
that's it.
fine.
okay, cool, all right, that's easy,
Yeah, it's a very simple process.
handy, very handy.
Indeed.
Although it's weird that they made me sign in despite the fact that I was already signed in, but not a big deal. Let's see.
By the way, the only thing I don't have modded on my game are just the items and the weapons. So
Yeah, I'm not enough of a munitions guy to really care that much about having lots of different guns in my games. I just
Same.
don't. I understand that. Oh, you do too. Yeah. I mean, I get why a lot of people are very passionate about that subject. It just has no interest for me.
Yeah.
the only thing the one time I cared about weapons was we were playing Payday 2, and I was playing as John Wick,
Oh, cool.
and I leveled John Wick to be like level 60 so I can have access to most things. And so W and Pink ran actual like builds for the characters, and me as John Wick, I carried 3 silenced deagles.
That's a pretty strong loadout, I think.
Yeah, and that's the only
I
time
just don't know
cared
how he
about
was
guns
able to
because-
fire off the third one. He's only got 2 hands.
his monkey toes. You know, with his foot. I have monkey
Never
toes.
mind.
I can actually hold a book with
He,
them.
he had 2 in his hands, and then one was stuck down his pants.
I was thinking that too. Yeah. He's got good Kegel control on his his groin muscles or whatever. Unless Kegels are specific to females, I can't remember. What was I?
Really said something very bad. Anyway.
Yeah. The Kegel is females can strengthen their vaginal muscles.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, I found the best mod and I refuse to explain it. I'm just gonna subscribe.
Oh. Unfortunately, I won't be able to see it until I watch the recording, but that might be totally worth it then.
I just. Yeah, okay, I guess I'll explain it. It just replaces all the Left 4 Dead 1 survivors with Jigglypuffs from Pokemon.
Oh my goodness.
I'm glad that I did not install that. That's too much. Although
all of the Left 4 Dead 1 freaking like it. As I've said, I changed all of the servers to furries, but the Left 4 Dead 1 team actually had someone like with proper skill and shit like that make an actual like quality mod pack where it's just literally the normal survivors turned into anthropomorphic animal versions of themselves.
That's pretty cool. I mean, the fact
Yeah.
that somebody was able to do that in a way that it was like effective and skillful, that probably took a lot of hard work.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt that they're actually very cute.
I am still desperately waiting for 2 games that were supposed to come out on the Switch Lite but have been delayed. One of which is basically I'm the one who encouraged everyone to get this game. The game where we ran around and beat each other up in factories and shit and like threw each other into obstacles.
Gang beasts.
Gang Beasts, thank you. Yes, thank you. There's one called Party Animals, where it's, from what I can tell, it's the same essential thing, except they're actual animals, and it looks fun. But it has been delayed, and I don't know a release date for it. And then there's another one that is called Fistafluffs, where you and several other people control cats, that run around a house and just like fuck it up by like
Uh,
tussling with each other and beating each other up and shit. And both of them look really fun.
I
And
love
the
it.
cat games, yeah, they're both super cute. I'm a cat guy, and I want them very badly. I've been following them. They've been on my wish list forever, but they just like have been perpetually delayed, and that bums me out.
Yeah.
yeah, there's a couple of games I've been looking forward to that are like. But there's one game that I've been looking forward to that hasn't really talked about anything really at all. Because last year they announced a game called Fist, and it's a spiritual successor to Bionic Commando, but it has realistic graphics, and it's also freaking like instead of boring old Spencer, we have freaking bunny guy in a leather jacket for some reason, and instead of a bionic arm, he just has a big robot third arm.
Oh, that's interesting. Did they not have a sequel, an official sequel to Bionic Commando a few years
They
ago?
had a remake, I think.
Oh, it was a remake. Okay.
But yeah, so
Supposedly
like
it sucked.
I didn't hear much about it, so.
I don't know.
I know the ma-
I don't even like Bionic Commando, but they showed off combos in the freaking trailer, and I was like, okay, I'm interested.
Yeah, Bionic Commando was definitely a game from my day. It was pretty fun
I
for what
played
it
it.
was. Tricky, but enjoyable.
Yeah, it wasn't a thing for me. Like it reminded me too much of like Street Fighter 2010.
I can see how it would. I've never played the game, but having seen the Angry Video Game Nerd play it, I can see similarities. Yes.
Yeah, I did play Street Fighter 2010 as well. That
Um.
sure is a game.
Oh, it is. It is. Yeah.
Like, it's like Mega Man but worse.
It's like good Mega Man, but worse, or bad Mega Man, but worse.
I don't like Mega Man, so it's
Oh.
all the same to me.
It's all the same. Some of the Mega Man games are
I don't-
fantastic.
I only like Battle Network and the Zero series.
Okay, yeah, I'm old school. Mega Man 2 and 3, back before they only had just Mega Man and not like a bunch of side,
Yeah.
offshoots. Yeah, those are the games for me.
Can
Ooh,
someone explain to me?
go on.
Can someone explain to me the point of a mod that takes a male character and turns him into a gigantic anime boob woman, but doesn't actually replace any of his voice lines, so it's still an anime boob woman with the voice of a man?
Hey, man, let's come over here and
Some
get
people are
this
into
shit
that.
done. Yeah, that's true. I'm sure that's a kink for probably more people than you would expect.
What were you saying before I interrupted?
It was actually somewhat similar. I was going to say that I found a really nice Jill Valentine mod, and I'm assuming that means that by downloading and subscribing it, that's just going to magically transform my character into Jill Valentine. Is it just
Yes.
that simple? Cool. Okay. One thing, when we go to read, just start this game anew and go to the next chapter or whatever, will we automatically be presented back to the characters we were before, or is it random like every
It's
time you
random.
play?
Well, you can select them at the start, or you can choose random, and then it's random.
Oh, okay. So somebody else might be having to suffer with this attractive Jill model.
Yeah.
I was wondering because the last time I played the big black guy, are there any mods that allow you to play as Ving Rhames or Michael Clark Duncan?
I mean, Coach is pretty clearly already supposed to be a takeoff on.
That's
like,
what I
think.
figured. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but older, much older.
Close enough. Yeah.
Can I just say, it's bugging the shit out of me. There's like funny joke mod skins for all the characters except for the two chicks.
Players are
Like, I'm
so
trying-
thirsty for the female characters in these games. I
Yeah.
find it hilarious.
Yep.
I mean,
Like
the, Yeah.
Like for Zoe, I had to settle for just a model of her that just puts a Santa hat on her, and that's it.
oh, let me see my setup. Because I think, yeah, I locked out with Zoe because well, he's of the part 1 cast. But for the part 2 cast for Rochelle, I spent I don't know like 20 minutes looking for a mod, and then I was like, okay, whatever. I guess I'll go with Coco Bandicoot because there's nothing else.
You know,
Is that not yet another character with gigantic boobs?
No.
really?
Oh, which was the character? What was the girl Bandicoot that was like absolutely packed?
Cindy or whatever, I forget her name.
Oh God.
That's
She got-
gross. Those things are like
Yeah, Coco is Crash's sister.
and one of these characters in the game, like the regular non-modded game, had big boobs.
In Crash, yes.
Yes.
That's so gross.
Crash's girlfriend had big boobs, and then he left or she left Crash for the mobster enemy,
Yo, spoilers.
and then she came back as a playable character in the new one, but she got redesigned to be like because she's from an alternate timeline, and she was redesigned to be a millennial.
Oh God.
So instead of having large boobs and then nothing else, she has mid-sized boobs and mid-sized ass, and also she's wearing like booty shorts.
Wow, this is a bizarre thing. I've never played a
Yes.
Crash game in my life, so I again completely out of the loop on that one. The first
Look,
Cra-
I'd explain why people freaking like those things, but I don't know.
something for everybody. Different strokes to rule the world.
Like on the two best friends Reddit, someone made a post about freaking like chronicling all of the furry waifus throughout the years, and the comments picked him apart because he put characters like Cyndaquil on it, and good fucking riddance to that guy.
Which character was it who was doing this? Was it Liam?
A guy was just making a list of like every freaking
Oh, it was
every
just a user. It was a
user.
user. I see.
User made a list of every furry waifu that they could think of. But the thing is, like, half of the list was animals, like just straight up actual real animals.
Actual beasts. I see.
Or Pokemon, who are just straight up animals most of the time, like 98% of the time. So
A couple of you probably, I know W did, just before we started this, I made a very lengthy post about my increasingly growing disappointment with the angry video
Yeah, I
game
read it.
nerd. Yeah, the guy who basically runs the channel and is the face of the channel. I mean, he is the de facto leader of the channel now. He puts himself all over it. He's like the one who makes the posts all over the internet and stuff like that. James just like hangs out in the background and does nothing. This guy is literally morbidly obese. He's like 450 pounds, just a big, fat, slobby looking guy. And he has a crazed obsession with collecting everything Gengar. And it's like, I mean, fair enough, but you also were like best buddies with a pedophile, so there's just something really kind of unsettling about that to me. I don't know.
some people.
Well, again, different strokes through the world.
Do y'all want a cat gun instead of
A cat
SMG?
gun?
Yeah, cat gun.
I couldn't do it if it demonstrated the cat's being hurt in any way. That would bother me too much.
No,
If-
the cat spits like bullets, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
I'm still actually stuck on the Jill Valentine page. I need to find out how to. I guess that back arrow is probably how to back out. That would make sense. Yeah, here we go. Who would have
There you go.
thought?
There's the cat gun in case you want it.
I'm
Let me
typing
take
that
a
in
look at the
cat
picture.
gun.
Cat gun.
Cat gun, there it is.
Oh,
Cat
he's
gun
cute.
replaces the SMG.
I'm taking him. Oh, what a cute little cat. He looks very happy too.
Yeah. Funnily enough, the guy who freaking thinks he's a fucking dog is not a cat guy.
Huh. So
Like
now go ahead.
It is weird too, I'm fine with anthro cats. It's real cats that I don't like.
The weird cats?
Real cats.
Oh, real cats. Oh, you don't like real cats?
No, like-
Oh.
I won't hurt him, but like I don't know.
Real cats are actually the honestly one of my most favorite things in the entire world. Everyone knows me as Mike the Rat Guy, but the honest truth is I actually prefer cats. I love rats. Just that name happened to have been given to me, and so I ran with it. But yeah,
I mean, we did give you a new name.
you guys did.
Yeah,
Oh, what?
yesterday.
Yeah, I like to know that you guys are like doing horrible things and impugning my character
it's-
when I'm not around to defend
It's,
myself.
it's not
When
much.
you're
It's not.
sleeping.
It's not much of a change. You did like.
Alright.
The W said your names. You said your name wrong. That was a joke. So I just ran with it and called you Mick the mouse dude.
Make them. Mick the Mouse, dude. Do you guys remember at some point, somebody ran around? I can't remember what name he used, but
It
someone on
was
the
yeah,
forum way
yep,
back.
yep, yep, yep.
Yeah,
It was Mick
I
the
think it was
Mouse dude, and not Mick the Mouse dude,
what
Mick the Mouse guy. So
guy? Yes,
yeah, yeah.
yes,
The
yeah.
nickname from yesterday was actually very close to it, and I was going to bring it up, but I figured none of these guys would remember it because I don't think they were around for that. So it was like, yeah,
It was kind
that
of
would
a
just be
short-lived
me
thing.
being nostalgic about a time that they would not remember because I'm old.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I understandably. I mean, this was back in like, man, 2011 or 12. That was a
Right.
decade ago. Shit.
Yep.
That's wow. I don't even know what it was just back then, for whatever reason, I was super popular on the forums, and so I was like the
You were
biggest
the
target. And people
man.
just
You were the
I
man.
that's I have to throw up my hands and say with all humility, everyone told me that, and I don't know why. I was just back then I wasn't as jaded, I wasn't as cynical, and I had to play by the rules of the forum, which were more strict, obviously, than the one we're on now. So I had to kind of just let the good side of Mike take over, and I was a friendly presence, and people seemed to like my guidance or whatever, and I was good at owning trolls. I'm very sarcastic. I like to, talk circles around people and, fuck them up or whatever when they try and agitate, my family, my friends, and, you guys, stuff like that. And so
Mhm.
I guess by doing that, I just became sort of like some kind of de facto hero. And while I appreciated it, it was like I just thought I'm just a guy. I'm just a dude. I'm just some schlub.
You're,
You know.
you're the red guy. Duh.
Yeah, I'm just the rat guy. That's all. I mean, I've said before, and I'm legitimately not trying to brag, but just, it's that video of mine on my YouTube channel is now at 920 something thousand views, and that honestly astonishes me. I'm just a guy. Why does my video have fucking that many, even a tenth of that many views? I happen to just hit a subject that people liked. I just got lucky. I'm a nobody. I try not to let that stuff get to my head. I probably fail, but I try. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. When Aubrey Sitterson called me over to go to the playtest, it was his words. His words. He said, "You're the big dog of the forum," and I just thought. I mean, again, it's like based on what? I
Why,
don't
why didn't you
do
sue Roman
anything.
Reigns for freaking character infringement?
I
That
should.
was
Yeah,
so long
they
ago, though. Roman Reigns wasn't even the big dog at that point. He
he,
probably
he
hadn't debuted at that point. No, he would have because that was late
I'm
2013.
wondering. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was the. It was testing 2K14, so it was the
Yeah,
spring. It was March of 2013. Yeah, yeah. When I got that call.
yeah.
Yeah,
So they would have been around at that
yeah.
point, but only for a
I
little
guess
while
so.
because
That's probably why
they
it came
debuted in
mixed.
like November or October of 2012. So
Oh, is
not
that when they first showed up the
yeah.
Shield?
I want to say that's correct.
Was the terminology of the big dog a thing around then? Because if
No,
it was, I'm
absolutely
wondering.
not.
Oh,
That did
oh,
not come
oh,
until a lot later. It would have been
okay.
late 2015 at the
2016, I wanna
earliest,
say.
I want to say.
I thought that maybe Aubrey might have called me that because just that was like a buzzword at the time, but I
Nope.
guess he was just yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It was it was him partially, buttering me up, but also at the same time. I mean, it was weird. I've said before that I respect it. He basically said without saying, "Look, we're going through transition. It's really rough. THQ is going bankrupt. 2K is going to take over. We're not going to tell you what to say, but the simple fact is, he didn't talk down to me. He basically said in so many words, if you come play this game, you're going to have a fun experience. We're going to take care of you, whatever," which they did. But at the same time, if you enjoy the game, which we're confident you will, hopefully by talking about it and helping to spread the word, that will also help us out, help to show that we're paying attention to the fans. It was kind of like a mutual sort of like, this is going to be good for both of us. This is going to be good for the community kind of thing.
Yeah.
And what we're not telling you here is that you will have to spend at least 6 months being called the world's biggest shill.
That was I expected that, so that was I had fun with it. Like I remember when some people were like, the people who knew me well enough, I think, which were most of the people at that time, they accepted it. That I told them, I to this day I swear to all of you guys, everything I told you was the absolute truth. To this day, that is easily within the top probably 3 titles in the entire WWE series for me. I love it dearly. I had a great time playing it. So, and I think they planned on that in particular because I was an older WWE fan, and they knew that I would really get off on, you know, the legend characters and all that. So I think that the people who knew me understood that I wasn't trying to jerk their chain, but I do remember that on the first night that we were allowed to simply say, oh, and man, were they careful. They were like, you cannot say anything about the game. You cannot say what character. I even said, I was like, can I say the Undertaker's in it? They're like, no. I'm like, but the Undertaker's always in it. I mean, they're like, it doesn't matter. No. So, so I had to just simply say, like, what I thought. Did I have fun? Yes, no, whatever. And so I was just like, dude, I really liked it. So I'm really enjoying it so far, which was the truth. And that's all I had to say for a bunch of people to be like, oh, well, yeah, well, of course you'd say that. You know, they probably paid
What a shill.
they did. Yeah, and they did not. They did put me up in a hotel, and they did pay for our meals, but we were not given cash. We were not compensated. You know,
What?
They
You got ripped off.
yeah. Oh, I mean, I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know what the standard is. To be perfectly honest, I don't know if that is a normal thing or not. I got full disclosure. I got the airfare. You know, they paid for the plane ticket. They said where do you want to get picked up from? I said okay, here's an airport over here. So they arranged for the transportation. Excuse me, the transportation. They paid for the hotel. It was a nice hotel. So they paid for 3 nights of that. They paid for our meals. Lunch, brunch, dinner. For dinner, we went to restaurants. We went to the first night was the Cheesecake Factory, which I'd never been to before. That was pretty cool. I can't remember the second night, to be honest. The second night was shit. No, I can't remember. I can't remember what the second one was. Third night was a Mexican restaurant. I don't like Mexican food very much, so I didn't go. They paid for like drinks to have in the hotel, a conference room for us to snack on and drink and stuff like that. And lastly, they gave us while we were at the the playtest, they gave us a choice of every one of us got a choice of one of like 5 different THQ games to keep for free that were brand new, unopened. Most everybody, 90% of the people there picked Borderlands 3.
Ew.
Which I had never played Borderlands at all. I'm sorry, not Borderlands. I'm sorry, Bioshock 3.
Ah.
I was not familiar with that game or any of the others they offered, so I just went with XCOM. And honestly, I have to admit that it remained in the package until I gave it away to a local pet store for charity for raising money for a pet sale. And in addition, the only other thing they gave us was we did get a free copy of 2K14 when it launched.
Very nice.
I'm not complaining about that.
Yeah.
So in other words,
you got treated a bit more royally than like journalists or YouTubers usually are, because usually what happens with these sorts of these things is that they write to people going like, hey, advertise this game for us. You can fly out, you can play the game, maybe you can record footage, which obviously you couldn't because you weren't.
Oh no! They made sure that we had to put our cell phones. I didn't have one, but we had to cell phones in the bucket.
That was still the early days of YouTube content creatorship.
It kind of was, yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of was, yeah.
Yeah, nowadays they expressly ship out people with the express intent that they will be recording the game, or at least they used to before 2K20, because they knew that was going to be bad. Mike.
After that, they like pay for you to pay for you to go back home, and that's about it. Like they usually don't they do give you a swag bag.
Swag bag. Imagine they don't pay for you to go back home and you're just stranded there for the rest of your career in whatever field you're in.
We'll pay you to fly out here, but then you're on your own, asshole. We're gonna leave you.
The second you step out of this building, you are on your own.
As a matter of fact, we are going to blindfold you and put you in a van.
Put a burlap sack over your head and then just drop you out while we're driving down South Central. Yeah.
We're not even gonna slow down. It ain't
right.
I mean, depending on the company, they actually like I forget who it was, but it like most big companies usually like actually pay for this shit. I don't remember who it was, but there was like a big like publisher that contacted a couple of YouTubers to go out and have a look at their new game. Here's the thing, they like paid for the venue and shit like that to actually show the game off, and then
Yeah.
didn't pay for anything else.
Oh.
So if you actually wanted to do like a freaking an article about the game, or if you wanted to upload a video, you had to get a flight, book a hotel, freaking actually go play the game, pay for your own freaking meals, and then go home.
Then get out of here. Yeah, it was just very different for me. They, when I think about it, airfare was probably roughly, let's just say about $200. Just estimation.
Yeah.
The cost of the game that they gave us there, again, in my case, XCOM, which at that time was new, BioShock and everything else, that was $60 right there, so $260. Three meals in which at dinner we could order. The first two meals were catered, and so we have like a spread where you could like eat various foods, kind of like a little buffet or whatever.
Yeah.
But then dinner, like I said, they brought us to a restaurant, and we were allowed to eat whatever we wanted. Basically, they didn't say that. They didn't say just order anything you want. But like no one seemed to impose any limits or anything. So you got to figure dinner was probably at least a couple $100 more. Then you got to figure again they pay for the hotel. Let's say average, probably low estimate, $100 a night. So now we're up to like I've forgotten the math already, but like $600, $700, something like that. And then of course the final giving you the copy of the game when it came time for release. Let's call it $800. $800 times, like, I think about a dozen people were there. They paid a good amount of money. They paid like $10,000 to do this.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. And you know what? I'm thinking you caused their bankruptcy now. This is all your fault.
Gee, I wonder how THQ went out of business.
Now,
Why-
to
why
be
is it the
fair,
fault?
You didn't show the game hard enough. Not enough people bought the copies.
Mike bankrupted THQ with his misogyny. Mike bankrupted THQ with his misogyny.
How many copies of the game were they hoping you and those other guys would sell?
Yeah,
They were like, "Oh yeah, Mike, he'll bring you like at least 500K, no problem."
yeah. The thing
Worldwide
with this,
celebrity,
these
Mike.
right.
The thing with this sort of stuff is that like this isn't actual like company budget or freaking game budget. This is separate marketing budget.
Marketing,
So-
right? That's exactly right.
This is true.
It's also worth noting that it was both THQ and 2K.
Right.
We had both THQ representatives like Aubrey Sitterson, Brian Williams, or is it Brian Williamson? I can never get it right, and I was even told then and there to get it right.
Oh lordy, I don't remember now. I'm pretty sure it's Williams.
I always want to say. I kind of.
I follow him on Twitter. Let me check it real quick.
I'm very curious because I get it wrong and I spell it wrong because Daniel Bryan fucks me up because he spells Brian with a Y and I think Brian Williams spells it with an I think. Raw
no.
Showtime.
BRY. So yeah, and it is Williams.
It is BRY.
Yep.
Brian Williams. Okay, I'll try to remember that. It was Brian Williams, Aubrey Sitterson, and Corey Ledesma. Corey Ledesma only showed up on the last day.
What a jerk. Prima donna.
Oh man, remember the times when people blamed Corey Ledesma for fucking everything?
Even after THQ got sold,
do.
they probably still blamed
Maybe
him. I don't know how much longer he stuck around after that, but they were probably blaming him. Well, they probably blamed him for 2K20, let's be honest.
It's hard to
with
say.
my great insight into the behind-the-scenes footage of the WWE games, know that Corey Ledesma is responsible for everything I don't like about this game.
That's the secret. After a couple
Definitely
solid games
aggressively
from
anime.
2K17 to 19, they brought Corey back and didn't tell anyone for 2K20.
Really?
And that's
actually true.
why. No, this is a complete bald-faced
okay,
lie.
I missed the part where you. Okay. All right.
That's a lie.
Corey, I spoke to him the most because I heard this afterwards again. I think I have mentioned this to a couple of you guys. I didn't mean to be, but I was told afterwards by one guy who I wish I remember his name because he was a really cool guy. He was a YouTuber I didn't recognize. I didn't recognize anybody except for Showtime, Raw Showtime, and I didn't recognize him by face. It was the first time we saw what the other one looked like, or at least he'd seen me, but I didn't know what he looked like.
Right.
But because we knew each other and because I knew Cyber Oz a lot, we gravitated towards each other a lot, and we had a lot of dialogue. But beyond that, I had no idea who any of the actual other players were playtesters were. So there was a guy there who was, he was cool, he was hip, he was kind of cocky and that kind of thing. And I remember that after we had the sit down with Corey Ledesma, it was like a long table thing where we asked questions. Corey asked questions of us. It was a direct interaction. This is what we like. This is what we don't like. This is where we want the series to go. Blah 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 blah. Which sadly, whether I want to say, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt and say that their intentions were right at the time, and they really meant it, and they were trying to get feedback, but then just by the time 2K took over, they were just like, all right, fuck that. I don't know. But the point is, when we were there having the discussion with Corey, I was very vocal. I was like, look, I need to tell you, there are aspects of older games that made those older games really, really good, and you guys have dropped some of these features to the detriment of the series. And I'm not just going to speak for myself, but I am going to tell you that I really miss these features. people do miss the GM mode. People do miss season mode, and stuff like that. I'm like, I would really, love to see that kind of stuff back, and blah 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 blah. And
I want to run the
afterwards,
big show over with a shopping trolley.
I
need to
mentioned
edit
that specifically. Yes.
Yeah, you need to edit back in post haste.
Yes, I said that exactly. That was my exact verbatim quote. Yes, that part where he runs him over with the fucking trolley. You need to add that in post haste. I was told afterwards by this other YouTuber guy. He was like, "Man, you really took it to Corey," and I'm like, "I did," and he was like, "Yeah, man, you blasted him. You made him look like an idiot," and I was like, I didn't even mean to. What did I say? And he was like, "Oh man, Corey's an asshole. Fuck him." He was like, "Yeah, you steamrolled and you talked about how good all the other games were, and and he probably thinks like he's an asshole now because the new games aren't as good as the old ones were." And I'm like, "Oh man, now I kind of feel like shit, to be honest." He's like, "Nah, yeah, but no, the guy didn't like him." He's like, "Nah, fuck him." So I was like, "No, but you don't get it, dude. I wasn't trying to do that. I was just trying to actually really, this is my chance. I've been waiting for years to be able to say, look, guys, the old games had some stuff that's really good."
I've been waiting for years to tell Colin Ledesma to suck my dick and fuck off.
And to add
I did not have the testicular fortitude to do it, so I am now living vicariously through you.
I'm seeing Mike. Mike waited for years.
I did. All I wanted to do was suck that guy off. Now, to be fair though, when the conversation ended and it was time for him to go, and that was pretty much the wrap up of the entire event. That was when we went back to the hotel for the last night. I went to Corey and I said, I did my best, guys. I really tried. I went to him and I said, I have a lot of ideas, some of which are from the community and some of which are mine. I would love to hash this out. Can I I know you're busy. I know you've got to go. Can we further this? Can we actually have dialogue about this? I would love to have an outlet to be able to discuss this with you. I mean, I really put it in there. I really went for the gusto and really tried to get my foot in the door. And he said something like, well, that's considered like solicitation. We don't really, it's not really how it works, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, all right, well, fair enough. I understand. So while I did not get him to suck my dick, I did shake his hand. I basically shook his hand. I was like, well, I want to thank you very much for creating some of those older titles and this one because they're very good. They provided me with a lot of entertainment. And I think that you did a very good job. And, he was cool. He was nice. He was a good guy.
The thing is, like, people will go like, oh, why don't you have, season mode or GM mode here? And it's like, at the same time, you have to admit that Corey Ledesma would have made SmackDown vs. Raw 2011, which featured, like, Universe mode to begin with had problems, don't get me wrong, but it was fucking great. And it was
Universe mode is specifically what got me back into the series to begin with. And
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
Yep.
I think you had your Shut Your Mouth season mode, bring back the Shut Your Mouth season mode thread. And that was one of the first threads I posted in, where I wholeheartedly agreed with most everything you said in your first initial post. And down the line, I did mention that, the SVR 2011 Universe mode, that was what really hooked me again on the wrestling series, because I did play all the previous titles. I'm a mark, let's get that out of the way, but I was becoming just a bit tired with the series. It's like, it felt like it was going nowhere. It felt like it had nothing left to offer. And then to me, adding a whole living, breathing universe mode to this game, I thought that just added a lifetime of play value to the series. And unfortunately, I feel like it never really got much further off the ground. 2K14 was probably the peak. Maybe 15, because that introduced their weird storyline additions, but I don't remember much of 2K15 if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, 2011 is, and 2011 to 2K14. That to me was a golden age.
It makes me feel good that you said that because while not knowing specifically that you had that opinion and that you presumably would have expressed that yourself if given the chance, I did that myself. When I was at the group, that's one of the things I said. I made sure they understood that look, guys, from roughly SmackDown versus Raw 2007 all the way up through like SmackDown versus Raw
10.
2010. Yes, thank you. There, I mean, I was like, guys, like one of your games, the big thing was hot tags. Like
Yeah.
that was your big super feature of the year, the new tag mechanics. And I'm like, guys, like you lost me. And then whoever had the idea to bring back universe mode, I I don't want to say that Corey said that it was his. I can't remember if anyone actually spoke up and said, "Yeah, that was my idea." But whoever said it, I was like, "Well, that really reinvigorated the game because you guys have to understand that without a season mode, without any kind of driving narrative." Other than just a simple little play it once and you're done storyline or whatever that focuses on like 5 different characters.
Mhm.
Without that, all you're stuck with is a bunch of exhibition matches that mean nothing.
Yep.
If you tie them together, if you put a narrative in those exhibition matches, you have actual continuity where there's titles that change hands and records that are kept, then you basically have exhibition mode plus, which
Yeah.
of course then turned into universe mode, right? And I said, you guys, I really want to make it clear to you that as far as my opinion goes, that is currently your best feature in the series. And I can't say everybody, but pretty much anyone else who made a comment after that agreed.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, that was definitely something that that was something that was drilled. The only the other thing that I remember, there's 2 other things. And I'll move on because I know you guys are probably sick of hearing this, but just Ocelot, Cyber Ocelot, he was a big fan, very big fan of the creative, the story creator,
Yeah.
story mode or
Yeah.
whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah. And
That's fucking gone.
I was gonna say he vouched for that really hard, and he said that he loved it, and it was a very creative outlet. And I never used it myself because to me it seemed like it took too much time, but I
It did.
appreciated that it was there.
And it was very
Yeah.
limited.
Yeah, I heard as much. Yeah. It seemed to me
as
like
bad as it was, we did get chocolate drop out of it.
what we get out of it?
Chocolate drop.
What's
It was
chocolate
a-
drop?
It was a creator story in SVR 2011, where the whole story is Theodore Long walks out to the Titantron, to the entranceway, and then Mark Harriers chocolate drop, and then jumps from the top of the Titantron onto Theodore Long, and that was the story.
I think that story designer kind of demanded that sort of thing, didn't it?
It did
That or,
because.
What if
Go
I
on,
made
go on,
John
go on.
Cena... The other kind of storyline it demanded was just like, what if I made John Cena and Randy Orton make out?
Yeah.
I was about to say another one that I remember is Damien Westgate A, in which Dwayne The Rock Johnson sucks Vince's dick, and that's the story.
The one.
Damien
go ahead,
Damien
Vince.
Westgate A, that's the name.
The one experience I had with the story creator was, I guess it was 2010. I spent like 5 minutes just making like a scene. There was no match or anything else. It was just like this opened the show. It was Kane versus Kane, and Kane was put on a stretcher that was being carried into the back by Kane and Kane.
Oh yeah.
And the commentator, I had Jerry Lawler say, "Poop, yo." And that was my creative
There was a-
genius.
there was a story that was called like Teddy and his ghosts, where Teddy Long would be attacked by like the wrestler in scenes there would be wrestlers, but they removed the wrestlers, so it's only Teddy Long getting attacked by no one. And after one of the attacks, 4 referees caught at Teddy Long, but all of the referees have Divas belts.
Oh man, did you guys ever
And they're
figure
also
out that was...
quadruplets.
Okay, in 2K14, did you guys ever figure out that Storyline Maker was the only way you could have duplicate characters fight each other in matches?
Yes.
Yep.
No, I actually didn't. No.
So one time I went into the Storyline Maker in 2K14 and just dicking around with my dad and my sister, I had just shown them like the Steiner Mania stuff from the Botchamania, right? From the Botchamania
Yeah.
guy made one that was just Steiner. I just shown them that. So for a laugh, we made a
Four
Money in the
Steiners.
Bank match.
6
Money in the
Steiners.
Bank.
Oh no.
Money in the Bank match. There was 6 Steiners, and it just so happened that the game also bugged the fuck out while we were playing that. So one of us, like, all the AI controlled Steiners just lost it. Like,
They couldn't handle the fat asses.
yeah. One of the Steiners started clipping into the ropes and just wouldn't leave. 2 of the
Yeah.
Steiners just kept fighting over an announcement belt. I was like, fuck it, I'm going for the title. As my sister tries to leave the arena, you know, shut your mouth, here comes the pain style.
Right.
And as I go up to get the ladder, my Steiner then floats off the ladder and just starts slowly floating towards the camera. And the
He
camera
was ascended.
The great thing is the camera dynamically tries to adapt and track all on-screen characters. So it causes the camera to start clipping out of the arena and Steiner to just start floating off into the void, leaving the arena.
Yeah.
That was
That's just
intentional.
fucking-
They wanted to make Steiner really strong. That's I don't know what you're complaining about. That's what Steiner does.
Yeah, Steiner's got a unique stat. If you go fuck with him in the stat editor, it just says ability to ascend past reality, 101 points.
It says godhood. No, no. He has Steiner has an additional stat. It says genetic freak.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Yes.
Genetic freak, 101. Fat asses, 0.
-4.
That begs the question. Another thing, talking about the playtest. Did we see bugs? Yes. Did we report them? Yes. Were the developers on hand? Yes. And were they freaked out when they saw the bugs? Yes. Actually, there were several times when we were playing matches, and we'd have that weird clip that is now. I think it's almost been in every game since, where like if you lean against the ropes for too long, you like leave the ring floating, but the ropes stay rubber banded to you. You know what I'm saying?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. I remember specifically pointing that out. I'm like, I kind of raised my hand. I'm like, guys, got a bug. And several people kind of, almost like rushed over, and they were like, ooh, and they grabbed a piece of paper and they're like, okay, who are you playing? What matches? Blah blah blah. So, speaking
This is like
personally,
a C bug. You mean
what is a C bug? Is that
it's a C tier bug? It's
not a crash?
No, there's a tier system in the QA, and a C tier bug would be something that the player can like replicate a lot, and it actually like you can see it and it looks weird, but it doesn't affect gameplay.
It affected mine.
Yeah. It sounds
I
like
don't
it.
know. Could you return to normal gameplay very easily?
Yeah, it was it was more funny than anything, but it was like
Yeah,
there's some
that's
bugs that I'm fine with them not touching because they're just funny,
Yeah.
it happens.
I think that would be a C tier bug, because an A tier bug is like game breaking shit. A B tier one is like something that hampers the gameplay a lot, and then a C tier one is like the funny bugs.
That makes sense. That actually makes perfect sense. Yeah, they were not happy with it, and I felt good that I'm not perfect. If I could read people that well, I would not have had several of the girlfriends I've had. But I can read people well enough to where I usually get a good sense as to whether or not they're honest. And I could tell that the developers were not happy. They were disappointed. They felt embarrassed. They were like, oh shit, that shouldn't be happening. We thought that we got rid of that, blah, blah, blah. And they were concerned. So I remember telling people there was another piece of contention that when I went online, I was like, yeah, they're fixing some bugs or whatever. And people were like, no, they're not. They don't fix bugs. It's like, well, guys, I'm watching it happen. They're putting in the effort.
Could you imagine if a game developer just didn't fix bugs? Like,
Yeah,
what
they
the
just
fuck
didn't
would that
care.
game look? Like, what would?
Yeah, they went up to you when you
Hey.
pointed that out. They wrote down what happened, and then they logged it away, and they were like, "Yep, we'll fix that next year.
Well,
Release the game as is."
you know what happens
the
when
game developers just-
you know what happens when a game
the game would
developer does.
crash on startup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like even if they get it to a point where it's like released okay for release by their standards, like if you want an example of a developer not fixing bugs at all, look at the PS3 port of Skyrim.
Oh yeah. I thought you were gonna go there. Yeah, you couldn't even touch the water without the game crashing.
Oh lordy.
There's a term in QA that Matt and Wooly mentioned several times in Super Best Friends called WNF, which is where the game developers just send it back, like write it down as WNF, will not fix. Like either
We don't even care. Yeah, it would cost too much.
Cost too much money, cost too much time, or if we fix this bug, it would create a worse bug somewhere else in the game.
Yeah, that does happen. Sadly, the more complex the game, the more complex the bugs get.
Yep.
Yeah, it was. I don't even know how we got on the subject, but just yeah, it was a very interesting experience. It was. Oh, go ahead. I can tell.
I was trying to imagine what kind of bug would be so severe that you'd be like fine with touching water causing the game to crash. And I was like imagining like, oh, if we cause water to work like it's supposed to, Soul's Time just appears in the middle of Skyrim, floating up in the sky.
Go to the Skyrim threads or the Skyrim mod threads or the sites or whatever, and there's probably people who complain about that very thing happening.
If you make water work properly, then whenever you go into water, the freaking your copy of Skyrim breaks your PS3.
Ooh, there have been games to where like there were glitches that
Cyberpunk.
like erased your. Is Cyberpunk that bad? Like it like fucks up like your save data and shit.
Cyberpunk on PS4. I don't remember the exact things, but you can't actually buy Cyberpunk on PS4 anymore. At least not digitally. In physically,
Wow.
you might be able to do it on physical, but Sony removed the game for multiple reasons, including the fact that if I think if your save file exceeds 3 megabytes, then it deletes the save file, and
Oh.
that's the better option, because it may also just break your PS4.
Oh God,
Yeah.
that's terrible. That's about as profound as it gets. Yeah, I
So
didn't
I-
experience.
So after they released that, and because what happened was, Sony asked CD Projekt Red, "Yo, guys, is Cyberpunk gonna be okay for release?" And they went, "Yeah, trust us, it's gonna be fine." And it wasn't fine. And after people's PS4s started getting bricked, people complained to CD Projekt Red, and they went, "Hey, ask Sony for refunds." And Sony doesn't like doing refunds. So
Oh,
Sony went,
God.
you know what, guys, fuck you. And then they remove them from the freaking the digital store.
That's good.
I
You
gotta
got-
respect the cojones.
I do and I don't, because I've been in a situation where I got a traffic ticket and I went to fight it in traffic court, and they said no, you have to go to the DMV. I went to the DMV, they said no, you have to go to traffic court. That's some bullshit. It never got resolved.
Admittedly, Sony just ended the loop real quick there. Like Sony's that would be like if then the DMV's reaction is, well, we're just gonna stop giving out traffic tickets.
Yeah, that is true. They at least someone took some form of action. That
Yes,
is
so
correct.
Sony did repay all of those people, but they did
good.
it frowning.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Fucking,
yeah, that's a shame.
Kaz Hirai made sure to kick the doors in at CD Projekt Red and suplex one of the guys just to establish the message.
Yeah.
Yeah, it needs
I
to get
sent
done.
I sent an invite to Mike.
That's gonna be the third one. I'm actually in the game still from having accepted your last invite, but I will back out and take it again.
Oh no! Don't quit the game! Don't quit the game! Just accept it while you're in game. Shift tab.
Oh, I think I did. Let's see.
'Cause
Yeah,
there's some
okay, yeah,
games
there we
where
go.
if there are some games where if you accept the invite while you don't have the game open, it just opens the game.
Oh, so I
so-
would have like 2 concurrent games running in that case?
No, I don't know what to do, but generally
It'd probably
speaking,
not be good.
as a rule, I tend to start the game and then accept invites, right?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. I do see that
No.
we're all in.
You learn these things with Steam. You get used to
Yeah.
it, you know.
Do you want to choose characters, or do we just go with the random? Because I'm fine with either.
I'm doing
Yeah,
random.
I'm fine with all of it.
All right.
How do we do that?
Random
We
it
just
is.
leave everything. We
Yeah,
just
just leave
check.
it as is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just don't. Oh, I always forget that when I ready up, it just kicks the game on for everyone.
No mercy.
Now,
No.
Mercy.
nope, no mercy.
I've started recording. Hey.
All right.
Hey.
Recording. Yes. Hello, everybody.
Yeah, we're like an hour and a half late to starting the recording.
It was a good
2 hours
conversation,
late.
though. Almost.
Yeah.
So Soon is now playing Total War Warhammer 2.
Yeah, he is.
All right.
That's all he plays.
No, it isn't.
It's all I ever see him play. And then Goku plays like beat him, beat him, some kind of beat him up or something.
Brawlhalla.
Yeah, thank you.
Brawlhalla is discount Smash Brothers.
Wait, I know why Goku plays Brawlhalla.
Why?
Cause I was like,
He
hey
has bad
Goku.
taste.
No, cause I was like, hey Goku, we might play Brawlhalla because none of us own like crossplay games, and Brawlhalla is free.
How many games have we got Goku into and then abandoned him?
We're terrible friends.
Cause like I didn't even tell him to download the game. I was just like, Goku, we might play Brawlhalla at some point. So if I tell you to download the game, then you will know why. Otherwise, it's fine.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember the controls.
I downloaded a mod.
Oh, wait a second.
Bill into a fucking garden gnome, but I figured he'd be a massive human-sized garden gnome. No, Mike on my screen is actually garden gnome sized.
Nice.
I don't understand how that works. I'm looking over the counter here.
Yeah, but
Pink is
on my
Pink.
on my screen you are just that tiny.
You okay?
Pink is a beautiful Jill Valentine
Oh,
with
lovely.
a cat cannon. Yes,
I like it.
You're looking very good. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Just everyone come looking at me, and I'll send you a fucking picture of what I'm seeing, if I remember how to do the freaking screenshots. Fucking just print screen. It's fine. All right, give me a sec. I'm actually gonna fucking do this.
You
Hey,
can also press F12 and it'll upload it to your Steam profile.
I don't want this to be seen on my Steam profile, dude.
Oh, I don't care, people.
This is way too shameful.
The shame is uncounting.
I'm still in the middle stage of being openly a furry. So
gotta work these things slow.
I'm
yeah.
rather pleased with what the game gave me. I'm playing as Francis, but I replaced Francis with Danny Trejo.
Oh, that's awesome! That's super cool. I'm straight up Bill.
Yeah, Francis for me is a buff dragon. So
Oh,
Really?
yeah.
W, I can't figure out who you are on my screen. You don't look like Danny Trejo. You almost look like a short-haired Undertaker. Very tattooed.
you're just using the default Francis model.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, Francis is a smart-ass biker who's dumb as hell. But he's
Oh,
lovable.
okay. Man, that Jill model's hot.
Program. Fucking hell. My note.
How'd you get up there?
I probably would have been able to send the
Aha.
picture by now, if I wasn't like, hey, maybe Paint 3D is a faster boot up than my normal program. No. Why
Oh,
would
there's
it?
another one you'll be pleased by, Mike. I've put Lewis. Lewis is still Lewis, but now he's dressed like Ash from Evil Dead.
Definitely very cool.
He's wearing the. Let me see. Yep, he's actually wearing the S-Mark gear.
Nice.
There we go.
Now, are we still on the level to where there's friendly fire or no friendly fire? Can we hurt each other?
Oh, I can change it to no friendly fire. Hang on.
Drop that.
I have called a vote.
How do I, press not bound to vote yes. I guess that's this.
Left,
No.
I think. Left, I think.
It is not any of the compass directions on the pad.
Vote passed.
Okay, well, either way.
One vote is all it needs. Everyone else just didn't, so. One day
Interesting.
the U.S. election will get that far. Everyone will just stop. They'll just have given up, and one person will
Oh, no!
vote for so and so.
What the?
Oh,
I didn't know that was possible. I thought this was a safety zone and there would be an invisible wall. There was not.
Thanks, Lewis. I owe you one.
And, you would think that'd be a typical video game trope.
Oh, there's zombies down there.
Okay. Gnome Bill.
Oh,
no.
shit.
Mike started the level. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, I didn't even realize. Oh, the video. Oh,
All right, I guess
Oh.
I guess the bot will help you while I do this. He's probably more used than me.
Wait, how do I turn off the flashlight? There we go. I figured it out. No problem.
There we go.
I forgot the zombies have been replaced with
There's your
Half-Life 1
picture.
scientists.
Anyway, Where am I?
Did you put that on Discord?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I'll have to tab. Let me step in this bulk bathtub.
Bulk
All right.
bathtub.
Oh.
My game might have crashed. We'll see.
That's not good.
They're still wearing the same outfits, it's just they've been turned into
Yeah.
furries. Okay.
Yeah.
I love rural, like modern,
my-
familiar. Oh, you crashed.
Yep.
No.
Okay, I'll invite. Let me just invite Addy back.
As,
Let me
as,
put the game up first.
as we do that, I was just gonna say that I love rural, modern, familiar locations like homes, apartments, stuff like that.
Oh, it's a rock!
I like this map.
That was scary,
For
yo.
me, it's the Juggernaut, but he said knock it off when we killed him for some reason.
I think I heard that too.
Oh, it's a hot dog!
It's a hot dog.
Yeah, it's an ambulatory hot dog.
For me, it almost. Oh, I guess it probably looks like what it's supposed to look like.
Yeah, I think you've only like downloaded just a few mods like to turn Zoe into Jill and so on.
Yeah, and the cat gun. I think that's all I got. And then the rock. That's the only ones I got.
The important ones.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, all the stuff that matters.
I'm curious if the Half-Life 1 zombies here make the noise.
Alright, I'm loading.
What are you doing?
Smashing windows.
I hear every zombie in the world beneath us.
I know, I do too. I hear a lot of gurgling.
Things will change once I load it and start calling out Waluigi.
Why
What?
would you do that?
Because my speeder is Waluigi.
Oh.
He plays music before he arrives. Because he's nice.
Waluigi's nice. Oh,
Whoa!
that really pissed him off. Oh my god!
They're coming through the walls.
Yeah, they make Half-Life 1 scientist noises. That was the most horrified I've ever been by the Half-Life 1 scientist.
That was quite sudden there. I didn't even realize this room
Alright.
was here.
Yeah.
Am I
didn't
alive?
either.
Are you?
This room has no door!
We'll
oh,
know.
it's here. Okay.
We'll see. Yes.
He's
I live.
alive. Happy to be alive.
Oh, but my mod
Alright.
got turned off. Great.
Your mod got turned off?
Yeah.
There is a weird visual bug happening
Okay.
with some of the Half-Life 1 scientists where they are looping through the animation of getting knocked down.
Interesting.
I'm loading back in because I genuinely need the freaking audio cues that the mods do, so I can do call outs. I'll be back. Someday.
All right.
I like that when the cat fires bullets, they come out of its mouth in the shape of a heart.
Yeah.
And you reload by petting him. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I just heard one of the Half-Life 1 scientists go, "Greetings!" before I chopped him in half.
That's what he had coming.
Alright. I'm joining
What
back
the heck?
in. We'll see if things work.
Oh, you fell down a hole. I'm here to save you.
Greetings.
Alright. How do we know what we're supposed to even do?
You don't.
Really?
Just keep
You
going.
just kind of wander? Oh, okay.
Yeah. You run around like headless chickens, and then someday you might find a way.
For your first playthrough, every playthrough after your initial one, though, you generally figure out what you're doing. I will say this part of the map always confuses me
Oh!
every time I play this campaign, though.
Hey!
Interesting.
What side are you on, kid?
Yep, I heard that one. Okay, we got outside.
There's a noticeable lack of Crazy Lewis. I'll need to fix that. There we go. Uh-oh. Alright. Are we alive? I think we are. Okay.
Reloading.
Oh, I sent Addy an invite after he joined.
It happens.
Alright.
Yes.
Addy, I'm gonna
Spare
need you to
invite.
join my game. You okay with that? Uh-oh.
What's up? Oh no! Shoot!
E. Okay.
I'm just walking away
Oh,
from
that's
that.
Just like put on the flashlight.
I looked right at it too with my flashlight on.
So did I.
So did I. What are we supposed to do? What's the normal way of getting around her?
Try and
Shimmy.
try and just stay away
Yeah.
from her. Just walk around her. Okay, I'm gonna go for it first.
Okay,
If
I
she
believe
gets
in
angry,
you.
Unload. Oh,
I think she got angry.
Oh,
Did he?
oh.
Did he
Oh
fall?
no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! This is bad.
That's a bad situation there. Eddie, what'd you do?
Shit. I was shooting Diddy, and then she got angry. Peach is very angry now. I was trying to save W from the hunter. Alright.
Oh come on!
Ooh!
Other fucking crash.
Oh no.
You crashed again?
Yeah.
Damn.
What would even cause that?
I don't know.
Too much going on at once, I guess.
Yeah.
I'll-
Addie's computer is very temperamental.
It,
Okay,
it,
do not
complained,
touch
it,
the
it,
cars.
it complained about an infected thing, so I guess I'll try turning off
Weapons over
the
here.
freaking the drones or the droids, whatever.
Yeah, sometimes
Oh, yeah.
it gets pissed about certain
Killer shot.
mods affecting the common infected.
Someone, I think Pink mentioned mods, or I'm sorry, weapons. I did not see them though.
Come on, stop!
Oh, I hate the sounds of a horde with this mod. It's just loads of screaming scientists.
That's what you get.
Alright, let's see. Those are fine. Turn off the freaking the common infected. They will be fine on zombies, I guess. Better than not being able to play the fucking game.
Oh no.
Hey!
Thank you, Lewis.
Yeah, he's a man.
Okay, down into the subway we go.
Wee. Oh, it's a rock.
Bill! Come on,
The
Bill!
Rock was waiting for us.
I didn't even catch him.
We did not smell what the Rock was cooking.
Does he have phrases and so forth?
I don't think so.
Oh,
Stop shooting me!
Although it would be funny if I'll see you down. You said you smell.
Yeah.
just you
Come
smell.
on, come on,
Yeah.
everyone in here!
Bam!
Oh, that was all right actually.
Yeah.
I like how it says Mike W. Pink Lewis.
Oh yeah. Someone's using the real name. Someone's a Lewis among us, and we don't know them as the real name. Addie's
Are you
real
like-
name is Lewis.
Are you saying that someone's being sus among us?
Shut up. I'm gonna need my privacy.
My privacy?
Sexual healing.
Come on, Left 4 Dead, are you going to fucking work with me or not? Decide.
It was the
It's
funniest
fucking-
thing. Last time we played, the night I went to work, Sexual Healing actually played on the radio on my way to work, and I was like, oh my god, they know.
How did I remember? I forgot to ever bring this up to you, but you kept on mentioning sexual healing last time we played, and then you mentioned it as well on the forum, and I forgot to ask what was the deal with that? Where did that come from? Why were you?
It's the mods that
I
we
know
have
it's a song,
installed.
obviously, but
Yeah,
Oh,
mods. There's a
okay.
mod that when you heal someone or yourself, it plays Sexual Healing by Marvin Gaye, and I had
God,
that
would
one
drive me up
downloaded
the wall.
and turned on.
I
So
live.
anytime I was screaming Sexual Healing, it was because that song was playing because someone was getting healed.
that makes a lot more sense now than you just saying it for no reason whatsoever constantly.
It's a good song, but I don't think I need to be shouting it every 15 minutes. Probably not.
Yeah, I mean the song's fine, but I'm one of those maybe once every couple of years kind of guy for that one. What's going on? I could take that one all the time.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I always say I'm a very boring guy, and I think you can tell by the fact that my favorite Marvin Gaye song is "Ain't No Mountain High Enough."
Good song, overplayed.
Indeed.
Not even just by him, but yeah, so many people have covered that one, I guess.
Yeah.
I just think it's sad. Well, maybe not sad, because I mean he brought it on himself with rampant drug use, but it is nonetheless sad that Marvin Gaye preached about anti-war and everything else, and then his dad killed him.
Yeah.
Yep. Was it self-defense though? I thought it was self-defense.
Yes, it was self-defense. Yeah, he came to his dad's house and like started like losing his shit, and his dad had to kill him. I mean, I don't know about had to, but that was what was ruled. Sam Cooke, wonderful singer, killed by a hotel owner after having allegedly lost his mind by fucking up a prostitute.
Oh wow.
Yeah. His last words were apparently, "Lady, you shot me."
Oh, my last words are something that cool.
Yeah, it's better than ah.
I've yet to see that one. I gotta admit, I'd like to see it rendered in text.
Which one? Ah. Did you see Monty Python and the Holy Grail?
I have, but I don't remember a joke like that in the movie.
There's a scene where they're like the knights are investigating like some clue or whatever in a cave. I can't remember what the exact setup is, and they find some ancient writings on the wall, and the writings say something like "Beware the beast of ah." And they debate what it means, and they're like, well, maybe the guy was dying when he was writing that. And they're like, well, if he was dying when he wrote it, he wouldn't write ah. I just say it. And they're like, well, I don't know.
Nah, that movie is hit or miss entirely. And when
I love that movie.
But when it misses, it misses. You know what I mean?
It's very, very British.
There are some jokes where you're just like, okay, we get it. Next bit, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, Eddie, how long have you actually been playing?
Like the past 20 minutes.
Oh, I've been dicking around trying to make time for you.
I was wondering what we were
Have you
doing.
not noticed that Luis went crazy all of a sudden?
Well, no, you gotta understand, I'm hearing the Half-Life 1 scientist going nuts out there, so I can't hear Lewis going nuts because I hear out there, greetings. Funny weather today. My God, what are you doing?
I'm ready whenever y'all are.
I am as well.
I'm good to go.
Alright, I'm gonna open the door.
Donut.
Alright.
Door is open. Ladies first.
he's pulling a Leroy. Wow, look at him go.
Alright.
Ooh, guns.
Wow.
Guns? Where? Ow! Who shoved me?
Guns,
Y'all
guns,
left me here with the horde. I'm fine.
You'll be
I
fine.
love these
You're all right.
locations.
Look out!
Look out.
All right.
From what?
I don't know.
The fucking horde behind me.
Oh.
Oh, that's a big gun.
Is it a big fucking gun?
Not quite.
Yeah.
Not quite.
Oh, Hunter.
That's not good.
I always love that, like, the idea of it being called the biofusion gun, technically, but no one calls it that, you know?
Reloading.
Yeah. Yeah, they knew what they were
Works
doing.
out. Yeah.
Weapons
I
here.
do like
This guy's looking us hard.
in the Doom movie, which was terrible and all but missed the entire point of Doom. I don't know how that happens with a game as simple as Doom. I do like that Rock appropriately saw the gun.
Oh, shit.
Well, looks like you're all covered in
Push
goo.
him out of the way!
I pushed him.
Mike was flying for a second there on my screen.
Like, I didn't even melee the guy. I just fucking pushed him with the freaking with left click. Or right click, the other one. Yeah, the one that's not supposed to deal damage.
Yeah, you and me both were pushing him, but Mike shot him.
tell. I don't know how to. I see movement. I shoot. I guess I don't
He
have
went
the.
primal.
Yeah. But yeah, in the Doom movie, I appreciate that when he saw the gun, The Rock appropriately said, "Big fucking gun."
Yeah.
That was one of like one good things about that movie.
No, didn't Roger Ebert point out like the entire movie is trash except for the one amazing fucking scene where it's actually first person.
I think that is what he said, yes. Which conflicts a little bit with what he said about how watching people play video games just makes you want to play them instead, making them no fun. But yes, I do think that he said that very thing.
Whoa.
Oh, what the hell?
What the heck?
Oh no! I'm hacking away at the rock and you don't give a shit.
Oh, thanks.
That was an experience.
Oh, Peach.
I startled the witch!
Oh, who the fuck
Oh, wait.
did he come?
Don't worry, I've got you.
Thanks. Oh, shit.
Thank you.
Oh, come here, you little bastard.
Everything that could have went wrong.
Wait,
Yeah,
I
a
need
little
to
bit.
be. Oh. I don't even know what I did that got me so injured there. I just got to the end
Somehow
of the
you started
train.
the witch and got knocked on your ass. It was
I
amazing.
guess so.
Connor.
That was a scream, yeah.
It was. It sounded like someone
Mother.
stepped on a Lego. It's a stolen joke. I can't claim it. It came from the Babysitter Bloodbath version of Two Best Friends, and the scream was very impressive. It was like, "Ah!"
Yeah.
I mean, it went for like 10 seconds, and immediately one of the guys said, "Wow, it sounds like he stepped on a Lego."
Oh man, oh good old puppet combo. It's a hard one or the other with them, ain't it?
Puppet combo? Are you referring to this or something in the Best Friends that I'm not thinking about correctly?
Puppet combo are the guys who made Babysitter Bloodbath.
Oh, that is the name of them. Yes. They look like they make a lot of fun games actually. Bad,
And
but
some
fun.
shit ones though.
Yeah, yeah. Ammo.
Oh, it's
All
Bill.
right.
Oh,
Bill.
Pretty sure I can
Bill,
hear a
Bill.
hunter.
There we go.
Remind me.
I'm glad I introduced you to that.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Remind me to send you the Bill Guy the Sight and Scry.
What said me what? Bill what?
Bill Nye the Sight trans guy.
This- Flip the door switch.
Oh,
Whoa! Oh no!
and also Hunter.
I cut his dick.
Well, thank you. What is the door switch?
Way in the other side of the
Don't press it
wall.
yet. Don't press it yet.
Oh.
Okay.
Secure the area first. Secure the areolas first.
It does make sense.
It makes them angry.
They hate switching.
Oh,
Yeah, we need to press the leg switch.
Cover me.
yeah. We'll exploit the zombies' bad internet or something like that.
It raises their ping. That's why they don't like it.
Ha!
Yeah.
What is with the sentry gun? Is this something we can carry around, or?
No, you
It's
can use
in
it.
place.
You can use it for next time. For Dragon Ball Z. All right. Are we ready? Should I press the button?
I think we're ready.
I
hear
suppose
someone.
so.
All right. I'm pressing this and running. I hear the rock. I think.
That's not good.
Okay,
You
that's
smell
right.
what he's cooking?
Oh,
Addy, why'd you go and do that? Nobody's ready.
Yeah,
Oh,
the horse sound for me is all star.
Ha!
Oh my god.
Oh, they're coming down the floor behind us.
We got it.
I'm a bomb.
Well, hell, that turret gun came in handy.
Yeah. Oh no.
Boomer.
Well, looks like you're all
Okay,
covered in goo yet again.
Oh, I fell underground.
Hey, Boomer.
I'm going down to get Mike.
All right.
Down I go.
Trying to find the
Goodbye,
way back
friend.
up.
Follow me, Mike. Follow me.
Ah, okay.
All
Yes.
right, we're fine
All
now.
all things considered, we handled that pretty well.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh no 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 no! Hunter, you're gonna die.
I'm on fire.
Help! It's the fucking.
It's
Pillarman
pump and
team.
circumstance.
Donkey Kong is coming into the fucking Pillarman team.
Is he dead?
No, not yet. Now he is.
I got him, I
Okay.
got him. An interesting bug happened there where it replaced. It's supposed to replace the tank model with the All Stars model of Macho Man for me, but it didn't that time. But he was still throwing Slim Jims though.
Nice.
Yep, I got Slim Jims on
Yeah.
my screen
Oh,
as
no.
well.
Apparently on my end, the tank is the Donkey Kong, but it played the freaking the Pillarman team.
Awesome.
So I just suddenly heard ay. Smokey the Bear.
Uh-oh.
Oh, bad sounds.
Hunter. Jockey. I can't see shit.
No,
Yeah,
it's very
hard to
smoky there.
say.
He's here. He's dead.
Wahoo!
There we go.
Wahoo! I don't know who that was. That's fucking Sponge, the third
Sponge.
brother. Guns here.
Guns.
Guns.
Yeah.
Get your rod!
I'll take any opportunity to quote RoboCop is a good opportunity.
Drugs.
I
love
have
'em.
pills on me already.
I love drugs. Drugs are
Oh,
the
Molotov,
best.
nice.
Drugs. All are good. All are good.
I'll take the Fire X too.
Where did he come from?
Oh, Waluigi! Yeah, VG.
I hear a chopper, but I don't think that's a mod.
So do I.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
not a
that's
mod.
yeah.
then. Oh!
Whoa, whoa.
Oh shit, VG. Oh, let's go out
You
this way.
can't handle this.
Oh, I can't go out this. Can I go
Ow,
out this
broke
way?
my ankle.
I guess I'm going out this way. My knees.
Yeah, I jumped out the window. Forgot there was fall damage.
Oh, ow, yeah, crunch.
Yep.
Stop hitting me.
I'm gonna have to uninstall that scientist mod because I keep seeing scientists loop through their falling animation.
That sounds confusing.
It's just this giant.
Whoa, I didn't even see that boomer on screen until you shot it.
Yeah, I just tried to save you. Oh boy, don't look back.
Bullshit.
Addie, what'd you do that for?
Right up ahead, boys. We made it.
It was an accident.
Addie, come back. We're gonna need you, brother.
Oh, Goofy!
I'm in the safe room.
Help me
I'm in the safe room.
Save me.
You're all on your own out there. You're all on your own.
Oh god.
I'm in the safe room.
Oh god.
That's gone.
You motherfucker, Pink. Damn us all.
I'm safe. I'm safe. You guys look pretty screwed right now.
Waluigi.
I'll provide suppressive fire.
I got your back.
I don't think it worked.
Chainsaw.
Come on, everyone in here.
God, I got a chainsaw. Oh yeah, he actually does have a chainsaw.
Suppressive fire.
I'm reloading.
Reloading.
We made it through that.
Look at fucking zombies. I'm a bloody lizard with a big chainsaw. Alright.
I'm getting shot to pieces by my own dudes. What the fuck's
Just make sure you're not a zombie. Because if you were, you would have died.
Why are you shooting me?
to remind you who is the dumbest.
Alpha male.
Alright, guys. Unfortunately, I need to tap out here because I'm not feeling well and I need to sleep off whatever I'm coming down with before I go to work tonight. So.
Oh, bummer, but
Yeah.
understandable. I was sick yesterday. Something's going around.
Oh, that sucks. Alright.
If it's,
Well, I hope you feel
it's gonna
better.
really be
Oh,
going
thank you.
around to cover half the goddamn country.
It's almost like coronavirus or something.
Oh, no.
Speak, so it covers more.
Man.
It was a pleasure, though. I greatly
no,
enjoyed
always
playing
fun.
with you guys. And
We
talking.
gotta do this more often.
Yeah, the conversations were real, as the kids say, I think.
Things got real.
Oh.